If you've watched any of my other videos, you probably heard me tell the story about how Berliner marketed his machines. Emil Berliner invented the gramophone. He held the patents. He didn't build the machines. He contracted a company owned by Eldridge Johnson to manufacture the machines. And then he had another company owned by Frank Seaman, and he was the one who marketed and sold the machines. When Eldridge Johnson came up with the newest model, the 1897 trademark machine or improved gramophone of 1897, the one that you see in all the images with Nipper the dog, it was a great machine, but Frank Seaman felt that the price was just a little too steep and he wanted a cheaper machine, so he was unhappy with the deal. And this led to all sorts of problems, which eventually resulted in Berliner getting out of the business and Eldridge Johnson ending up in court with Frank Seaman, and there's quite a bit of story to it. But it's possible that in 1899, Eldridge Johnson wanted to appease Frank Seaman. Now, we don't know for sure, but it would make sense that that has something to do with this model. It's sort of a cheaper version of the improved gramophone of 1897. It's called the JS model gramophone, and it's slightly different. Instead of having a wood box, it has a metal case, so that was a cost-cutting effort. This machine would have been marketed for $18, where the trademark machine would have been $25. So it was a little bit cheaper. It has the same decal on it, but if you look, it has the bed plate, like the wood base, very similar to the hand-driven gramophone, of which there's one right here and right there. So it's sort of a step backwards. Oh, extra crank, don't need that. And it has a post here to hold the horn. The reproducer was simpler than the J reproducer, and it's marked JS. And the horn was much simpler, and you can see the back of the reproducer. This was really just a cost-cutting effort, but it didn't seem to catch on. The price, as I said, was $18, but it didn't sell really well, and so today it's quite a rare machine and quite sought after. Oh, and it even has the rest for the horn, like the hand-driven model. So I'll bring the camera in so you can get a better look at it closely. Although this was a cheaper machine, I actually like it. I think it's a good-looking machine. I love the big piece of wood here, the wood base. I think the decal's prominently displayed. I think it has a look that is quite interesting. And as I said, it's really rare, so I'm sure there's a collector out there who would want this. It's beautiful. From the side, you can see that the spring is housed in the same container as it would be on a trademark machine. So inside, obviously, is a mechanism that's probably exactly the same as the trademark one. You can also see the brake is the same sort of brake that would have been on a trademark machine. And you've got the speed control in roughly the same position. So it's obvious that the mechanism inside was designed to be inexpensive because the production was already there and the methods and tooling were already set up.